Well, hey, you folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Watts Farm for Farm Sim 17. And, well, first of all, an apologies for not getting a Farm Sim video up yesterday. I'm afraid it was one of those days that I told you guys occasionally happen here, where I got up and the bones in me body were going, well, dummy, you shouldn't have got out of bed today, let me tell you. So, I already had an episode of Age of Engineering in the can, so I did put that up last night. But other than that, I'm afraid I was not able to spend any time in my chair here doing the tractor thing. So, we are back, however, and if this thing doesn't shake apart, we should get through this in one piece. Now, I told you guys that my buddy Paul gave me this tractor. Now, it's, I'm sure most of you know who he is, and also know, of course, that his name is Pat. But last time I talked to him, he still had the Irish mob after him. And I'll tell you, man, they are one tough crew. You know, they deliver a pizza, and if you don't have the right change, or if you don't give the driver a big enough tip, or you complain because the guy took an hour and a half, they'll chase you down. They'll TP your house. They'll take a bar of soap and write cheapo on your car windshield. Yeah, I was really worried for me, buddy. So I thought we'd just hide his identity a little bit and fool him into thinking that maybe Paul ran with somebody else. But apparently he says it's okay. He got that all straightened out. Alrighty. Just doing little good service work here for our buddies at the tractor shop. Ask that we maybe clean up this section in front of their in front of the shop a little bit. And since we're welcome to haul the grass away when we're done, I thought, hey, that's just, you know, not such a bad deal at all. Yeah, boss, you don't own this field. Well, I know, but I'm not actually trying to mow the field, okay? Oh, it's not going to let me cut it at all because I'm too close? Is that the deal? I mean, I know there's nothing in that little patch, but I'm just trying to do a good job here. Come on. Yeah. I don't care if I own the field. I'm just trying to cut the grass, man. Alright, this is obviously not working. Rah, assist boom bah. That's okay. I think they got that weed guard stuff down around the edge of their field, so that's probably why we can't cut it. We'll take one more pass on this side. And then we'll go back and start doing it the right way. There we go. Make sure you're in there nice and snug, fella. So, second day of early summer. Beautiful day out here. We still got the wet crop warning up, but that's because we had a rain overnight. So it should dry up pretty quick. This tractor might be a little bit slow for the job. And we're not going to, wow. We're not going to tether this job. We're going to take this just as straight grass, give as much of it as we can to the cows and the sheep, and put the rest of it into storage. And you'll notice once again I am running this thing in the raised position. Why do these rows come out so bad? Man. I mean, I started out with this thing running right beside that other row. How could I have gone so poorly? Oh, I see. It all becomes most clear now. It does indeed. There we go. Of course, now we're halfway into the darn thing. Ah, there's just no pleasing some lawnmowers, I tell you. They're mowers. Don't want to insult it, a lawnmower. But everything else is doing well. Thanks to Mr. Castle's incredible invention, we don't have to go up and make sure that our pallet is clear up at the wood plant, and that's a nice thing, because that was a fairly regular interruption to our day. But I would think that at some point in the very, very near future, we might have a good delivery of that honey milk stuff. Ugh, I don't know, just the thought of it kind of disgusts me, but apparently it's really popular amongst them young yippy-dippy folks, so we'll have to see. I guess they got the money for those sort of luxuriations. I tell you, the only thing that shakes more than the lawnmower is the tractor. It's really hard to see over the hood of this thing. Really hard to see over the hood. I can't even see the row of grass in front of me. I can't see it for, oh, probably 20 yards in front of me. This thing's dangerous. Holy. There we go. But as long as we keep driving on the first run the row, we know we're getting the second one down to where it should be. So good deal. Get this cut and collected. Ooh. Looks like we've got a great demand for something. Cool. This is going to take forever. But it's one of those deals. You know what they say about making hay while the sun shines. And granted, like I said, we're not actually going to make hay out of it this time. But we do still have some nice hay bales sitting up there. Yeah, I kind of wonder, maybe we should, eh? Yeah, I think we're probably going to end up baling it. By guppies. Because we don't have a lot now that I think about it. I think there's 6 or 7 bales. Well, it's not a lot. We do need to store up for winter. Oh, I wouldn't mind getting this done a little quicker, though. It's a pretty neat piece of kit. Really bogging down under the effort. Mind you, this is some pretty thick grass. We haven't cut it since since middle of spring or so. So it's had a whole season to clump up, but good. Yeah, the only problem is they won't let me cut over there. I wonder where that, this is not your field border ends. I'm going to guess about here. That seems to be fine with them. That's pretty funny. If you look at the gauges shake, but the needles don't. That's pretty good. It's actually kind of funny if you stand beside this thing and you watch it while it's running. There's you can really clearly see that there's like a section in the middle where things like that little bit of a dashboard there and that one little stack, actually I guess both of them, are both attached to, and then a completely distinctly separate piece outside of that, and one piece moves and the other piece is fixed. So, but from the side it looks like an entire block is kind of moving. It's odd, rather odd. But it does look good. I like the whole rattle, rattle, rattle thing, because you'd certainly see that. The mower really pulls this thing to the side, too. You don't notice it, but if you watch... See, I've been aiming for that tree, and I've been keeping the gas cap on it. And you see how we continuously, slowly but surely get pulled off to the right side. Yeah, I think this mower's about 3 teeth too many for this tractor. A lot of texture pops over there in the distance. Oh. Okay. Also curious as to why a tractor like this would have such a distinct turbine wind. Yeah, it's got some kind of a whistle to it that almost sounds like a turbo spool up. You can't really hear it over the mower, but it's there. I wonder if we'll be able to sneak one more row on that other side. Hopefully, because that's only like half of this patch. Huh. Right on, power over license plate. I mean by it pulling to the right. Geez, I was halfway off the road before I noticed it that time. So I see Environment Canada finally issued a low air quality warning for my area this morning. All the wildfires up in the interior have made the sky go a little dark in this area. Warning all old folks and young folks to stay inside and close your doors and crank on your air conditioners. There's some good advice, but it's actually not that bad. It was worse last night. I guess we had a little bit of a breeze come up this morning and push some of it away. But yeah, I knew it was coming because I looked at the moon last night. It had this odd orange kind of tinge around the outside of it. And last year, about this time of year, we actually woke up in the morning to find out that we had a dense orange unbreathable fog over the entire town. The kind of fog that leaves an 1/8 inch thick soot on top of your vehicles. The smoke rolled in here from the interior fire so bad that it basically smoked out the entire town. Now, there's nothing you can do. I mean, it's not like we can get out of here. We just hope eventually the breeze kicks up, which it did. But it kind of sucked at middle of the summer and having to lock all the windows and stuff shut. Because otherwise, eventually, it just fills your entire house. Nasty. I mean, certainly not as nasty, and I'm not trying to belittle the folks that are actually dealing with the really rude end of it, which is the fire itself, of course. But I'll tell you, the worst of it is most of this isn't being caused by lightning strikes. It's being caused by idiots with cigarettes. So, for God's sake, people. Even newer cars still have ashtrays built in. And if they don't, well, I got news for you. Your house didn't come with built-in ashtrays either. But you managed to go out and find one, didn't you? Wah, 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 wah. See what I mean about pulling to the right? Check this out for a row. Yeah, it's continuously just drags and drags and drags and drags. In fact, I think what I'm going to do here is just try and follow an actual straight this time. Just even out that row. One pass coming back should pretty much chunky it up. And it slowly starts to slip back towards the right. Oh yeah. I guess this, I think this mower is just a hair too much torque for this little tractor. And yeah, it's yanking it right off its wheels here to the right. That's okay. That is okay. I'm not getting near as much cut on this one, but... And yeah, I am running with the mower raised. I'm well aware of it. Again, with these older tractors, I guess they just don't have the ground clearance that the newer ones do. Even ones designed for when this mower was released, they just don't seem to quite have it on any of them that I've tried. So, alright, I think we're now... Yeah, we're pretty much putting it in exactly the same pile. So, oops, I had to turn that off. Alright, what I'm going to do here is see if I can get an extra swath down the other way. Here we go, by using this row as the marker. There we are. Works well. A big shout out to my buddy Clint. Thanks for getting over to PCSG there and getting the map uploaded. Excellent. So, if you guys are looking for it, the link is in the description down below, as it usually has been. But, yeah, it has been updated as of last episode. Now, as far as I know, that's the last upload that was made, so hopefully it's all concurrent and new. I know they're having a couple of issues over on the site with some links going a little bit sideways on them and such, but it'll get straightened out, I'm sure. They got a really active crew over there. They're good people. They seem to know what they're doing, so. And it's a great site. If you guys haven't checked out PCSG, again, there is a link in the description down below. Take advantage, guys. They also host some great mods, including some that you will not find anywhere but there. So, worth the effort. Sign up, sign on, say hi to the fine folk, and, you know, become yourself a member. Alright. Grassy goodness for our animals. This thing's not too slow, eh? 2 kilometers per hour. Although, again, you know, we're probably dealing with much closer to a realistic thing here. You know, with this particular tractor and this particular cutter, I don't imagine you'd be sailing through here at 17 to 20 clicks. But I'm pretty sure if I was to put this on a more modern tractor, that's pretty much what we'd get. You know, I know the old Johnny Deere Model A only goes about 3 or 4K with this thing on the back, and it's actually got a little more ground clearance. To the point where you can actually run this thing with. Cool. Well, we got a little closer, didn't we? Yes, indeed. This row 10 to 2. So we're not going to get too many more cuts off of this field. And I am going to go up and do the other meadow by the sawmill, because, well, I have a feeling this is probably pretty much, I'm not going to say the last, but I'm going to guess this is going to be like the second last cut we're going to get for grass before it gets just too darn wet and too darn cold. So, I know, early summer, it's hard to think that it's going to get too darn cold, but you know, keep in mind it's going to take a couple of months for this to grow back. Dead of summer, don't get a lot of rain. Although, well, there you are, you see. It's 10 in the morning and our wet crop is already gone. We are back to a dry crop. It's not bad. We should be able to get out of here with about 9 rows of grass. That works for me. Got way off my path again. This thing, this right-hand drift, boy. Ay. So we probably left a big... No, not really. Seems to be catching it okay. It's not very quick, but does a pretty good job. That's what she said. You wish. Alright. One more pass, and we are done mowing. Well, this field. Pretty perky when you're not trying to run the PTO at its max. Pretty perky indeed. There we go. Light me up. Yeah, this will be the last pass. For sure. Get it baled, picked up, and delivered. So I'm going to run this guy up and make sure he does the other meadows that are available, because the grass is ready, that's for sure. In fact, it is thick ready. That's nice. I think we're getting some nice thick swaths off this. Beautiful. Oh, starting to drift. Yes, indeed, starting to drift. Leave that little bit of a border edge up against this field. Oh, we only missed that one little swath there, eh? That's not too bad. For me, that's not too bad. Okay. Oh, lovely, eh? And there we are. Let's get her wheeled up. Let's take her up the hill and see what we're dealing with. Oh, we've got this meadow in here to do as well. Wow. Alrighty. Oh, we already cut this once, didn't we? Yes, we did. That came back pretty good, though. Pretty good indeed. But that's good for another day. Where are we here? Yeah, there we are. We've got 3 of that size left. And then just this little tiny stack here is what we got the last time we went through. So yeah, I think we'll definitely bail up a little bit more. Good morning, ladies. Oh my, getting a little low, are we? Looks like we're getting a little low at Eberton, man. Oh, surely you must need new straw by now. Apparently not enough to need an entire ton, or half ton. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, we'll just set it back here then. Okie dokie. Excuse me. How's this thing doing? It's got water. That's all it's got though, isn't it? Yeah. Yep. We still got these to deal with. 984, that's got some of that. It needs some of that. Alrighty. Well, that's something we can deal with right Ricky Tick, I'll tell you. However, we need to get a tedder down there. There we go. There's our piece of kit. Let's grab a tractor. And it's not here. And it's got me pant legs stuck jumping over the chicken fence. Grab a couple eggs. Where the heck did I leave that tractor? Oh. I think it might be down here. I was on my way somewhere and got distracted. There it is. And jumped off my tractor and ran home. There we go. This thing's so loud. Our corn is still just... I'm just gonna stop looking at it. It's so depressing that it doesn't come up yet. While we're here, I'm just curious whether this trailer is completely proprietary or whether I can actually hitch it to things like a tractor. That happens with these old companies sometimes. They're tooled up to build stuff for themselves. So they build everything exactly to those specs, whether it fits anything else or not. Now luckily, that was not the case here. Nice. You got any more of that for me? Not in particular, is this what we're saying? Apparently, this is what we're saying. Okay. So, let's get this little bit of swill in there. There we go. Start the process. Excellent. I'm sure the piggies have given us a little of this production as well, but that's alright. We'll let them go for the moment. Alright. Let's go grab our tedder. Excuse me. Beautiful day here on the farm. And oh, I just remembered. The tedder's sitting over here by the mower. We don't need the windrower yet. We need to mess it up before we straighten it up. There we go. looks pretty good. And we'll attach a little zingy rod. Get her off the ground. Alright, we're good to go. Whee! We'll just cut through here, nobody will notice. Oh, isn't that nice? Look at how pretty our field is. Brilliant green. Looks good. You see no bugs. Doesn't look like we got any kind of mold or disease going on. Should be pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. That's some pretty decent looking canola plants. Not packed as tightly together as some I've seen, but that will come. That will come. We did only get a single fertilization. Now, granted, it was good and deep because we did actually plow in some of the dung, and you really can't do better than that. So, let's go and mess up some grass. Let's mess up some grass indeed. But I do think as well that this is pretty much the end of the episode. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, this has been Species 7. Take care of each other, folks. And ciao for now. We are, oops, we've missed the first row entirely, boy. Come on. Make the effort. There we go. Alright, folks, take care. Remember to hit the like button, do the shares, all the YouTubey stuff. Ciao for now.